Never chase money. It sounds strange, doesn't it? After all, isn't that what almost everyone is doing? People wake up every morning chasing money. They work long hours chasing money. They sacrifice time with their families chasing money. They postpone their dreams chasing money. Yet somehow, the harder they chase it, the further away it seems to run. Why? Because money is like a shadow. If you spend your life chasing your shadow, you'll never catch it. But if you walk toward the light, your shadow follows you. A young man once learned this lesson. It changed not only his finances, but the way he saw the world. His name was Ethan Carter, and this is where his story begins. Ethan was 28 years old. He lived in a modest apartment in a busy American city where life never seemed to slow down. Every morning before sunrise, his alarm would ring, not because he loved waking up early, but because bills don't wait, rent doesn't wait, life doesn't wait. He would rush through breakfast, fight heavy traffic, and spend the next 10 hours working harder than he ever imagined he would. He wasn't lazy. His co-workers respected him. His manager trusted him whenever someone needed help. Ethan was the first to volunteer. He believed what he had been told since he was a boy. Work hard. Be honest. Stay patient. One day your hard work will pay off. So he did. Days passed. Weeks passed. Months passed. Then years. But every month ended the same way. His paycheck arrived. The rent took its share. The electricity bill took another. Groceries, insurance, gas, phone bill, unexpected expenses. By the time everything was paid, very little remained. Sometimes, nothing remained. One Friday evening, Ethan received his salary. For a brief moment, he smiled. By Sunday night, almost all of it was gone. He stared at the banking app on his phone. The balance looked painfully small. He sighed. There has to be more than this. It wasn't the first time he had said those words. Lately, he had been saying them almost every week. His friends seemed to be moving forward. Some had started businesses. Some were buying homes. Some were investing. Some seemed to understand a game Ethan didn't even know existed. Meanwhile, he felt as though he was running on a treadmill, always moving, never arriving. That night, instead of driving straight home, Ethan decided to walk. The city was alive. Office workers hurried toward the subway. Street musicians played soft jazz on the corner. Food trucks served customers lined up after work. Traffic lights reflected off the wet pavement from a light afternoon rain. Towering buildings stretched into the evening sky. Everyone looked busy. Everyone looked like they were going somewhere. Yet Ethan had never felt more lost. He wandered through downtown without any destination. He simply wanted to clear his mind. Eventually, he reached a small public park surrounded by tall office buildings. It wasn't large, just a few benches, a fountain in the middle, several trees that somehow survived the concrete jungle. People often stopped there before heading home. Some read books, some drank coffee, others simply enjoyed the quiet before returning to their busy lives. Ethan found an empty bench. He sat down. His shoulders felt heavy. He unlocked his phone once more. Again, he looked at his bank balance. Again, disappointment greeted him. He lowered the phone, covered his face with both hands, then quietly whispered, "There has to be a better way." He didn't realize someone nearby had heard him. Just a few feet away sat an older gentleman. He appeared to be in his late 60s. His clothes were simple but neatly pressed. A navy jacket, khaki trousers, well-polished brown shoes. Beside him rested a paper coffee cup and a folded newspaper. He wasn't scrolling through a phone. He wasn't in a hurry. He simply watched the fountain, as though he had nowhere else he needed to be. After a few seconds of silence, the older man spoke. "You know," his voice was calm, warm, steady. Most people spend their entire lives asking the wrong question. Ethan looked around. Surely the man wasn't talking to him, but their eyes met. "You were speaking to me?" Ethan asked. The older man smiled gently. "I believe so." Ethan let out a small laugh. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb anyone." "You didn't." Another brief silence. The older man took a sip of his coffee, then asked, What makes you think money is the thing you're looking for? The question caught Ethan completely off guard. What do you mean? You said there has to be a better way. I did. So tell me. The older man turned slightly toward him. If someone handed you $10 million tonight, Ethan's eyes widened. What would you do tomorrow morning? Ethan answered without thinking. I wouldn't have to work. The older man nodded. Interesting. Then he smiled. You didn't say you'd build something. You didn't say you'd help someone. You didn't say you'd create anything. You simply said you'd stop. Ethan frowned. He had never thought about it that way. The older man looked toward the fountain again. The problem isn't that you're working hard. It's that you've never been taught why money exists. For the first time that evening, Ethan wasn't thinking about his bank account. He was thinking about that sentence. The problem isn't that you're working hard. It's that you've never been taught why money exists. The words echoed in his mind. Who is this man? How could a complete stranger understand his frustration so quickly? The older gentleman stood up. He picked up his coffee, folded his newspaper under his arm, then extended his hand. My name is Benjamin Hayes. Ethan stood and shook it. Ethan Carter. Benjamin smiled. It's a pleasure to meet you, Ethan. Then he started walking away. After only a few steps, he stopped. Without turning around, he said, Same bench. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock. If you're serious about finding a better way, don't be late. Benjamin continued walking until he disappeared into the crowd of commuters. Ethan remained standing beside the bench. The sounds of the city returned. Car horns, footsteps, the fountain, the distant rumble of a train. Yet none of it mattered. His mind was fixed on one thought. Who was Benjamin Hayes? And why did it feel like this chance meeting had just changed the direction of his life? The next day felt longer than usual. Ethan tried to focus on work. He answered emails. He attended meetings. He completed every task on his list. But his mind kept drifting back to the park, back to the old man, back to those simple words. The problem isn't that you're working hard. It's that you've never been taught why money exists. The sentence refused to leave him alone. Around him, life carried on as normal. Phones rang. Printers hummed. Co-workers laughed during lunch. Someone celebrated a promotion. Another complained about taxes. A different co-worker joked about needing to win the lottery. Normally, Ethan would have laughed too. Not today. Today, he listened. For the first time, he noticed something. Everyone talked about money. No one talked about understanding it. The realization stayed with him for the rest of the day. When the clock finally struck 5, Ethan packed his bag. Usually, he would rush home before traffic became unbearable. Today, he walked in the opposite direction, toward the small park, toward the bench, toward a man he had known for less than 5 minutes, yet somehow trusted enough to return. As he approached the park, he looked around. The city was just as alive as it had been the evening before. Businessmen loosened their ties. Young professionals hurried toward the subway. Joggers circled the park. A mother laughed as her little daughter chased pigeons near the fountain. Life was moving, always moving. Then Ethan saw him. Benjamin Hayes sat on the same bench. Ethan walked over. Benjamin smiled before Ethan said a word. I wasn't sure you'd come. Ethan smiled faintly. I wasn't sure either. Benjamin nodded. That's honest. He motioned toward the empty space beside him. Sit. Ethan did. For a few moments, neither of them spoke. The fountain splashed softly. Children laughed in the distance. The evening breeze carried the smell of fresh coffee from a nearby cafe. Finally, Benjamin broke the silence. Tell me, Ethan, what did you think about after we spoke yesterday? Ethan looked down at his hands. I kept thinking about what you said. Benjamin waited. You said I didn't understand why money exists. I don't. Benjamin nodded. And what answer did you come up with? Ethan shook his head. I've always thought money existed so people could buy things. Benjamin smiled. A common answer, but not the right one. He reached into his jacket pocket. From it, he pulled out a crisp $20 bill. He held it between his fingers. Tell me, what is this? A $20 bill. Benjamin nodded. Yes. But what is it, really? Ethan shrugged. It's money. Benjamin smiled again. No. He handed the bill to Ethan. Look at it carefully. Ethan turned it over. Front, back. Nothing seemed unusual. It's still just money. Benjamin leaned back. Imagine you're stranded alone on a deserted island. No stores. No banks. No people. Only you. He pointed to the bill in Ethan's hand. What is that worth? Ethan laughed. Nothing. Why? Because there's no one to spend it with. Benjamin's eyes brightened. Exactly. He paused. So, if money has value only when other people exist, then where does its value actually come from? Ethan frowned. He had never considered the question before. Benjamin continued. Suppose you're dying of thirst. I have this $20. You have a bottle of clean water. Which one has more value? The water. And if we're both freezing in a snowstorm, a warm blanket. And if we're lost in the woods for 3 days without food, a loaf of bread. Benjamin smiled. So perhaps money isn't value. It's simply a way of exchanging value. Ethan looked down at the bill again. For the first time in his life, it looked different. Benjamin continued. Money cannot feed you. It cannot build a house. It cannot cure an illness. It cannot teach a skill. People do those things. Money simply keeps score. Those 4 words settle heavily in Ethan's mind. Money simply keeps score. Benjamin picked up a small pebble from the ground. He held it beside the $20 bill. Right now, this pebble and this bill have something in common. Ethan looked confused. Benjamin smiled. By themselves, they solved no problems. He tossed the pebble gently back onto the path. But when someone creates something valuable, when a baker bakes bread, when an engineer designs a bridge, when a teacher changes a child's future, when a programmer builds software, when a doctor saves a life, money moves, not because they chased it, but because they created value. Ethan looked toward the busy street beyond the park. People walked in every direction. Some carried laptops. Some wore construction helmets. Some pushed delivery carts. Others served food from nearby trucks. Benjamin noticed where Ethan was looking. What do you see? People going home. Benjamin shook his head. Look again. Ethan studied them more carefully. After a moment, he answered differently. I see people solving different problems. Benjamin smiled. Now you're beginning to see. He pointed toward a food truck parked across the street. A long line had formed. Why are all those people standing there? They're hungry. So the owner of that truck is doing what? Feeding them. And what happens in return? They pay him. Benjamin nodded. Not because he asked for money, but because he first created value. A few moments later, a courier rode past on a bicycle. Benjamin pointed again. What about him? He's delivering packages. So he creates value by saving people time. Another woman walked by talking on her phone. She wore a business suit and carried architectural drawings. Benjamin smiled. And her? Ethan thought for a second. Maybe she's designing a building. So she creates value with knowledge. Benjamin nodded. You see, Ethan, the city looks completely different once you understand this. Most people believe they wake up every morning to make money. They don't. They wake up to create value. Money is simply the applause. Ethan sat in silence. The fountain continued to flow. Cars passed. The sky slowly turned shades of orange and purple. Yet it felt as though time itself had slowed. Benjamin's words had changed the way he looked at everything around him. Not one person in the city was truly being paid for hours. They were being rewarded for the value they produced during those hours. Some created little value. Some created enormous value. And that explained why incomes were so different. Benjamin looked at Ethan. I have one more question. Ethan nodded. When you were a little boy, what did you dream of becoming? Ethan smiled for the first time that evening. I wanted to invent things. What happened? Life, bills, responsibilities, fear. The words never left Ethan's mouth. But Benjamin saw the answer in his eyes. The older man stood up slowly. He finished the last sip of his coffee. Then he said quietly, "Children dream about creating. Adults are taught to survive. The few who become truly wealthy never stop creating. Tomorrow, I'll show you why some people work harder than everyone else, yet remain poor, and why others seem to make money while they sleep." He smiled. "But for tonight, I want you to walk through the city. Don't look at buildings. Don't look at cars. Don't even look at money. Look for value. Ask yourself one question every time you see someone working. What problem are they solving? When you learn to see that, you'll never look at wealth the same way again." With that, Benjamin turned and walked toward the city streets. If this story made you see money differently, let me know in the comments. What problem do you believe you solve for others each day? If you're ready to walk beside Ethan as he uncovers the timeless principles of wealth, wisdom, and purpose, subscribe to the channel and share this story with someone who's working hard but wondering if there's a better way. See you in the next episode